Yeah, Replika is really an interesting concept. If you look at how GPT is evolving and you look at how quickly people are integrating AI into all the things that they do, it probably stands to reason that you're going to have a human-like experience with something like Replika in a 5 to 10 year horizon. So that old classical Turing test may actually work its way through. But it brings a lot of interesting things into like a metaverse play and an NFT play, because you say, okay, well, what are you going to do with this chatbot that you functionally trained up to be like Joy from Blade Runner 2049? Well, you want to own it. You want to have agency for it. You want to interact with it in a more interesting and material way. So, I can entirely imagine that there's the service would allow you to create it as an NFT and then import that into a metaverse and then interact with it through some form of a VR experience. Um, for me, it's much more interesting to say, well, how can you use these things as facilitators for human connection and relationships? So it would be so cool if you had a service that took a chatbot, it talked to a person, got to know that person, another chatbot talks to a person, gets to know that person, and then those two do the matching and connect people together. And I frankly think Replika is in a perfect position to facilitate this. And then if this is done just the right way, you could basically have any type of connection you want, professional connections, friendship connections, and relationships. And you can integrate into the chatbots a lot of Sentinel code to understand if people are adversarial in their relationships or communication. Like, for example, you could use FBI interrogation techniques to see if people are kind of lying in the way that they communicate. And over an arc of time, they tend to catch themselves a little bit. You put Myers-Briggs personality tests, you put all kinds of things to actually get dense data. But if you're clever, the chatbot can disguise that in the auspices of normal communication. So you get much better matching algorithms, much better matching capabilities with these things. Now, if you combine that with some privacy preserving crypto, it's entirely possible that the majority of this stuff is collected and run client side and never sent to a server or possessed by a third party. So I think you can actually balance the nature of basically the need for privacy with the desire for connectivity in that respect. So maybe the time has come that like AI assisted relationships are the way to go. The other thing is that when we make a profile about ourselves, we tend to lie a little bit. Everybody puts their best foot forward. But when you get to know somebody and they really get to know you, they develop a more realistic opinion than anything you'd ever be able to say. So if the matching was done by a non-human for connecting people and it's done by an objective agent that has the ability to drill down a little bit, it just feels like it'd be better. But it'd be fun to do an AI venture in this respect and find a way to connect these types of things. I think it's one of those things that is going to be done in 3 to 5 years. And I just looking at the trajectory of how quickly chatbots are evolving and how quickly AI is evolving, it's just remarkable. Optimus is going to require human level interaction. So there's a whole incentive for that. And then when you look at Google Tensor, every generation these chips come out, all the interactions that they're having, all the training from those human interactions these chips have, it really is evolving at a rate where I think you will get that natural human interaction that we've been striving for forever in artificial intelligence. And then once you have it, people trust it, they empathize with it, they connect to it, and eventually will fall in love with it and so forth. So that's pretty cool stuff.